I don't work with detectives that solicit lies. So she is saying that it wasn't a joke, that it was legitimately trying to get another deputy to lie. That's powerful testimony. It really calls into question the credibility of a witness, of a very key witness.
Bruce Rivers, he's the criminal lawyer. Who is he? Bruce Rivers, he's the criminal lawyer. And who is he? Bruce Rivers, he's the criminal lawyer. And what he do? And it's gonna react to all the self-snitching.
Hi, this is Bruce Rivers. Welcome to another fun-filled episode of Criminal Lawyer Reacts. I'm Bruce Rivers, your board-certified criminal lawyer, coming to you with my pearl handle pistol cufflinks, so graciously gifted to me by our content genius, Michael Rivers. And today we're reacting to the bombshell that happened on Friday. There was a hearing about allegations about this Detective Moretti in the YNW Melly case. Before we get to that, though, let's say that this is brought to you by eSign.com. eSign.com, very effective and easy way to remotely do business. Let's say you're a DA and you're on the hook for trying to hide evidence, and all of a sudden you need your own standby counsel. Well, what do? You sign a retainer agreement with a private lawyer because they're better than the public lawyers, generally speaking, and you go to eSign.com, you download the app, you get 3 free signatures a month, and then you sign your agreement, and now you are protected. Use it for retainers, for power of attorney. Anytime you need a document signed, you can use eSign. Very effective way to remotely do business, because if it's not eSign, no one signs. All right, let's go to this. Let's just get right into this, because this right now, these two sides are going like this. Now, just so you know, when I try a case, generally speaking, I don't go after the other side hard. I mean, I'm a hard advocate, but I don't go personal, because, I have a lot of cases, and, there's no reason to be mean or nasty unless there's a cause for it. And generally, criminal lawyers and prosecutors get along usually pretty well. But let's see.
Your Honor, I believe, based on your body language, with your arms crossed and a scowl on your face, looking at us like we did something wrong, should be much more.
This is really.
Your Honor, I am basing your scowl on your face, you crossing your arms, that we did something wrong. I'm telling you, you don't talk to a judge like that, generally speaking.
Serious.
This is so serious. Why do you think we're all here?
You indicated here that counsel for the defendant believes that there is probable cause that the witnesses under subpoena, the members of the state attorney's office and the elected state attorney, to have committed obstruction of justice and attempted witness tampering and felony pursuant to FS 838.022 for misuse of public office due to their actions since October of 2020.
That's what it says, Your Honor.
That's right. Very serious allegation.
So when you throw a bomb like that in court, you heard what they said about basically the state covering up evidence. And evidence of Detective Moretti lying or asking another deputy to lie, and during the execution of a search warrant. Now, they should have given this information over to the defense without having to really ask for it. It's called Brady. You know what Brady is? Brady material, Brady versus Maryland. It's a federal case, that stands for the proposition that you need to give favorable evidence to the defense, even if you're not intending to use it, to the defense.
Very serious allegation. Very serious.
A 10-page motion filed by the defense on September 26 says the state had possession of evidence that would have impeached the credibility of a lead investigator in the case, Detective Mark Moretti. The motion,
and they should have had this evidence prior to trial.
Maybe they should get their own lawyer. Maybe they should take the fifth. But we need to ferret it out.
Typically, what I do when I have a Brady, there's some issue about it, the prosecutor.
Brady, you hear me just talk about Brady? A Brady issue is when the prosecution has information favorable to the defense, but they don't turn it over.
Who's involved in it tells me, she comes in here, she's got an obligation of candor to the court, and I ask her a question, and she advises me as to what's going on and why there's a change, why something like that. But she's not here. This is her case. We spent 2-3 months trying the case originally. It came to a hung jury, but
failure to turn over Brady material can result in dismissal of charges. That's one of the sanctions.
She's not here for this. I don't understand that.
Detective Moretti said to Deputy Morrell, "You need to say you were here when I served that search warrant." And it was kind of like an awkward moment. Someone described it just kind of getting punched twice in the head. So there's a search warrant that gets served. And I'm like, what's going on? And then the next thing, he's asking this deputy to lie for him. And again, I'm like this.
Now, she's not a sympathetic witness to the defense. This is just a state attorney, assistant state attorney.
This is like, I'm in the trial, so like this can't really be happening.
Here's where the allegations start. In October 2022, Detective Moretti met with Jamie King, YNW Melly's mother. Investigators were trying to determine whether or not she was involved in witness tampering before Melly's case went to trial. Boudreaux was there.
Miss King reached into her purse, and she was fumbling with her phone.
Did you know what she was doing?
It's a phone, so she has this phone. I couldn't tell you what type of phone she had. She was pressing buttons on it. And Detective Moretti was saying over and over again, don't turn off that phone, don't turn off that phone. I knew she was doing something on her phone. I just couldn't swear to exactly what it was that she was doing on the phone. It looked like she was turning off her phone or sending a message or doing something on it. I just couldn't tell. There was a scuffle going on.
Okay, and what did Detective Moretti do?
Detective Moretti physically took the phone from her.
Now, this happened, keep in mind, this happened prior to the trial, the first trial. Remember, the first trial wound up in a hung jury 9-3. 9 guilty, 3 not guilty. They should have given this information over to the defense prior to trial. That's why this is such a big deal.
Boudreaux testified that after Jamie King and her attorney left the conference room, Boudreaux says she later overheard Detective Moretti showing a willingness to lie about the phone seizure.
Do you say anything to Moretti?
No, I don't say anything to Moretti. I leave the room, I'm done with the statement. As far as I'm concerned, I'm done investigating this case.
Why?
Because I don't work with detectives that solicit lies.
Boudreaux
I don't work with detectives that solicit lies. So she is saying that it wasn't a joke, that it was, he was legitimately trying to get another deputy to lie. So I don't work with deputy, and that's powerful testimony. It really calls into question the credibility of a witness, of a very key witness, of the very deputy who is in charge of this investigation. And a remedy, as I said before, for not turning over, and this would be information favorable to the defense. And there's a whole host of remedies that the court could impose. Denial of this witness to testify, and then in the retrial. They could throw out the charges. I doubt that this judge is going to do that, but they could throw out the charges. Or they could have an instruction to the jury saying this was what happened and he lied. But you can't go back and retry that first case. Right? Why can't you? Because it's already done. And so, but that information should have been, that's a year-old information now. That information should have been given to the defense prior to trial.
Says she notified Christine Bradley about Detective Moretti's remarks right after they happened and learned Bradley called an internal affairs investigation into Detective Moretti, who claimed he was joking. Christine Bradley testified next and gave her own account of what happened.
That Brady notice that I just showed you, you're saying that there are incorrect statements of fact.
That is correct.
And the incorrect statement is that you were not told by Moretti that he was joking.
That is correct. The indication.
Moretti never said he was joking. And that other state attorney that just testified, she didn't think he was joking. And in fact, she thought it was so abhorrent that she won't work with him.
Has always been, and if it was inartfully conveyed at some point, the indication has always been that Deputy Gorell responded in a very flippant manner when asked about showing up.
You can't joke about shit like this because even if you are joking, look what it's done now.
Look at matters of whom?
To Detective Moretti.
Does he say that in his court report, Gorell?
I don't believe so.
Okay. So the flippant matter came from Moretti, and somehow you communicated that Moretti said it was a joke. Is that what we're putting together?
I did not say that Moretti said that he had made a joke in any way, shape, or form.
So you've never made the statement that Moretti said he was joking?
My statement was, at all times, and if it was ever not clear or misinterpreted by whoever was listening to it, was that Deputy Gorell made the statement that was of a flippant nature.
So they were supposed to start jury selection tomorrow. That's not going to happen. Now they have to litigate this huge flippant issue. This is a huge issue. And the defense now has a motion to dismiss the entire case because of this issue. That is huge. And so they're going to, and they've subpoenaed a bunch of prosecutors from the state's attorney's office, and the state's attorney's office has filed a motion to quash these subpoenas. So they're just going like this, like this, like this. It is a very interesting battle that's going on, and we'll follow it for you this week. And maybe we'll do a live on Instagram, something as we're watching some of this. So very interesting developments in the Melly case. And we'll follow the Melly case when it gets up and running, if it does. And if they dismiss, that's going to get appealed. I guarantee you that's going to get appealed by the state's attorney's office. So we'll see you next time here at Criminal Lawyer Reacts. I'm Bruce Rivers, board-certified criminal defense lawyer with our content genius, Michael Rivers. We'll see you next time. Make sure you subscribe. Follow us on Instagram. Follow us on Twitter. And we'll see you next time. Oh, and don't forget to Patreon. We'll see you next time on Criminal Lawyer Reacts.
Bruce Rivers just broke down your case. He know all the charges that you about to face. You ain't coming home till 2058. That self-snitching gon' get you put away. Bruce Rivers just broke down your case. He know all the charges that you about to face. You ain't coming home till 2058. That self-snitching gon' get you put away. 23-hour lockdown, please, is that my God?